Today, oh my god, it was a very relaxing meditation, and I want to talk about something that's been very cool to notice in my journey. That I've said in the past that I used to struggle incredibly with triggers around family, friends, and very painful triggers, like really deep, painful stuff that I couldn't understand why things that my mother said would trigger me so much, things that my mother did maybe would trigger me so freaking much. I've always talked about how she's been the one that I've had the most triggers with. But over the years, I keep noticing the relationship shifting in a beautiful way. And it's not that she does anything wrong, it's just things that... Actually, I want to make a video diving really deep into this topic of triggers, because I think it's such a fascinating topic, and I like the perspectives that I heard from other people that I want to share with you. But what's been fascinating to notice, I noticed this yesterday and today a little bit, that now I can feel the trigger much quicker, and I react so much less. So much less. And it's funny about people in spiritual communities tell you, oh, just don't get triggered, you just need to be more calm and centered so that you're not triggered. And that's like, it's a little bit of BS. Like, that's so much easier said than done, and I feel like they just make us feel bad about our journeys. Like, oh, I got triggered, I'm not spiritual enough. I got triggered, I'm not whatever, evolved enough, I haven't healed enough, or whatever. Like, it just makes us feel worse about where we are in our journeys. And one of the main things that I wanted to share today, that it's okay to feel however you feel. It's okay to not be okay. And I think that's what, because I was thinking, like, what has helped me the most with this specific challenge of triggers. And I think when I started to realize that fighting them and getting frustrated because I was triggered and all those things were not helping at all, and like trying to go into like the self-development approach of like dissecting ourselves under a microscope and trying to figure out, where is this trigger coming from, what happened in childhood, who did it start with. And like I've said before, it's helpful sometimes, but sometimes we're just judging ourselves more and more and more and trying to figure ourselves out as if that's something even possible or real. We're way more complex than we'll ever comprehend. So, like I said, I think being gentle with myself when I get triggered, being there for myself while I'm getting triggered. Like right now, I notice, like, first of all, I notice like much more subtle triggers, like tiny little things. But I'm like, wow, that's interesting. That kind of triggered me, or like that almost triggered me, or like that was heading in a direction that, like, it's very fascinating to notice. And things that I know a year or two before, 3 or 4 or 5 before, would have triggered me a lot, they don't even fucking bother me right now. And I love that. The thing too is that I don't have to force that. Because how many of us in our spiritual journeys, in our self-development journeys, we force trying to be a perfect little boy and little girl, because then we'll feel like we're getting it right. And I think that approach of whenever you feel a trigger, and this is cool, because I wasn't planning on bringing Kahn again, but I can't help it, his teachings are so freaking good. I think one of the things that has helped me the most too is one of his teachings that he says, I can't remember the exact quote, but there's a big portion in the book that he has a long section where it says, like, When I'm feeling sad, I need more love, not less. When I'm getting triggered, I need more love, not less. When I'm getting frustrated, I need more love, not less. When I'm getting angry, I need more love, not less. Right? Whatever you're going through, if you're feeling lonely, you need more love from yourself, not less. When you're feeling judgmental, you need more love, not less. Because what's really, really interesting and funny is that we judge ourselves for judging. A judgment comes up, whether you judge yourself or someone else. And of course, we know that that's not the ideal place where we want to be. Like when you picture, when you visualize the best version of yourself, like I talk about, you don't visualize probably someone that's judging 24/7, of course. But like I've said in the past, we get there through self-acceptance. We get there through self-compassion. We get there through self-love. So if judgments come up, don't beat yourself up for it. That's what I did for years and years and years until I realized that wasn't working. So when you're judging someone else, you need more love, not less. When you're judging yourself, you need more love, not less. It's okay to feel however you're feeling. These things are just coming up to the surface, to be seen and heard and felt and acknowledged and welcomed, maybe for the first time in your life. That's part of the healing journey. That's part of the evolution that we came here for. Because that's the kind of thing where you do the inner work in a loving way, where everyone around you is going to be impacted in a very positive way without you even trying, because you're becoming a new person. You're becoming a different person, more of the person that you want to be. So just remember, it's okay to not feel okay. It's okay to get triggered. You're a human being. You're not a machine. You have a heart. You have emotions. You have feelings. It's okay to be however, wherever you are in life right now. Hope that helps. Have an amazing day.